Let's do it.
Friday, 10 o'clock tune in. It's showtime, the EV Café News.
Hey, it's Friday! It's 10 o'clock and it's time to plug in. Welcome to the EV Café News, your weekly jolt of what's happening in clean transport. I'm JC, your host, and today I'm lucky enough to be joined by Sam and Sarah, the power couple. No Paul. Paul is in a vehicle somewhere with no connection, technical issues. He might join us in the chat. He might even come back. Who knows? We shall see as we go. Sarah, are you well?
I am, although if I run away, it's because my EV rally car is being delivered, which could be any time between 10 and 2, so everything's to play for.
EV Rally, we'll be hearing a little bit more about that in a while. And Sam, are you doing all right, my friend?
I'm all right, mate. Yep, not too bad, thank you. Plugging away, no pun intended.
He's good, you know. Right, now then, if you want to find out more about our sponsors, Drax Electric Vehicles, hat number 1, then hit them up at energy.drax.com/electric-vehicles. Nice, snappy thing, and we'll stick that in the chat. Right, let's go. Coming up, I'll take that off now. Slow charging. Costs have fallen by 2 pence per kilowatt hour. We'll find out about that. Ford. I know, mate. I know it's a massive, massive dent, and people will be delighted. Ford gets the first vehicle with the maximum government grant of £3,750. Kempower hits new heights. We'll find out about that in a little while. And then the aforementioned EV Rally is kicking off next week with ours truly. Saz, we'll talk about that right at the end of the show and what to expect. Oh, good grief. We do rehearsals and everything. It's taken all week to get her that good. Anyway, right, let's do a little thing that we like to call the commercial clap, where we salute good things in our industry.
A commercial clap from the EV Café.
Innovation applauded.
Now then, charging company Source has announced a partnership with OVO. OVO. Yes, indeed. Expanding access to its ultra-rapid charging hubs for EV drivers and fleet operators across the UK. The roaming partnership enables OVO's customers to use the OVO Charge app to charge at Source's ultra-rapid hubs using the existing app or card with no additional setup, and that gives them access to over 50,000 charging points across the UK. And we will be using the aforementioned OVO cards on the EV Rally, which we may have mentioned once or twice already. I know. Right, so well done. Good work. Right, next up, technology giant Vodafone has announced that it's on track to electrify its almost 1,000 of its fleet vehicles by 2026. A year ahead of the company's original schedule, it follows the tech firm's adopting a strategy 6 years ago to be zero emissions by 2027 as part of Vodafone's net zero strategy by 2030. Don't say that net zero is dead or it's not happening. Utter garbage. And if Vodafone are doing it, you got to ask the question, why? The Scottish Government has announced funding of £4.5 million to ensure more equitable access to electric vehicle charging opportunities across the country. As set out in the programme for government, the Rural and Island Infrastructure Fund will enhance public electric vehicle charging provision in underserved areas of Scotland by focusing on rural and island locations less likely to receive private investment. The programme will contribute to the Scottish Government's commitment of enabling 24,000 additional public charge points by 2030. Now then, what I want to know is what will happen with the 1,400 or so that are already in the ground and currently operated by Charge Place Scotland and are just going to be left to die. Not good, but great to see £4.5 million being earmarked for new stuff. Right, should we get on with the news? Because that's concluded the commercial clap. Now then, slow charging costs. And I know Sam, old Mr. Moneybags over there, is not thrilled. But anyway, Slow charging costs, typically found in residential areas with limited off-street parking, have fallen by a whopping 2 pence per kilowatt hour. The figures from the AA EV Recharge report for July show that the peak rate slow charging dropped by 2 pence, while flat rate slow charging fell by a penny, matching the fall in the Ofgem's domestic energy price cap. Elsewhere, flat rate fast charging rose by 2p per kilowatt hour, whilst other speeds remained unchanged. Jack Cousins, head of road policy for the AA, said the reduction in slow charging costs means EV drivers without a driveway were able to experience some of the benefit of cheaper charging outside of their front door. However, more must be done to bring public charging costs down further so more drivers are able to make the switch to EVs. And they can be convinced of the benefits. Sarah, you're somebody who has for a long time been without home charging. 2p on a kilowatt hour. Is it going to make any difference?
It's not about me. It's about those people that have got fleets that need to go home, that needs to be expensed, and 2 pence on, say, a 50, 60 kilowatt hour battery pack adds up over time. We've got 100 vans benefiting from a discount of 2 pence for every time they charge. Say it's only once a day and they expense all of that. That could be 10 plus grand a year saved in operational costs just by that 2 pence. So I am all for it.
Now, somebody who's never said it's not about me is Sam Clark. Do you have the same view, Sam, or something different?
Well, it's not about Sarah. No, I think Sass makes a very, very valid point. But the last point that Jack Cousins made there, which is completely valid, we must do more to bring public charging costs down more generally. And that's obviously on the high-powered stuff. There's a greater sensitivity and a much bigger discrepancy to that on the domestic rates. And that's where the work needs to go, I think, to try and help chargement operators bring that down so that those that don't have the luxury of a driveway have a more affordable option for their EVs.
In a general sense, and I'd be interested in the comments, in a general sense, are you finding prices reduced? Are you seeing them coming down? Sam, is that happening with you at GridServe?
It's a tough one to answer that, really. Not at the moment. We are trying to find incentivized ways to get the prices down through app usage and direct, as opposed to through third parties, for example. And I think other things in the wider market, like dynamic charging and scheduling and things like that, will also help to try and mitigate some of the costs. But there are still those underlying fundamentals of tremendous billions of pounds worth being invested that needs to be recouped for this infrastructure to be installed, and that needs to be recovered. But anything regulatory that can help would be a huge benefit, not least the fact that we have such a big discrepancy between VAT on public and domestic being 5% and 20% is a very large gap. So there's lots that could be done, I think, and hopefully the government will look at it.
Sarah, what are you finding on the streets, if you pardon the expression?
Wow. It's going to be a long week next week, John, I think, with you and I together. What a disaster. I do think that. I think every little helps, as Tesco said. I think it was Tesco, I can't remember, or Asda Price, I don't know. But consumers really do count those pennies, particularly today. Even just this morning, I saw somebody post their shopping receipt from their supermarket, and they were like, this is coffee, milk, and bread. And look at the difference in price. So if you're working with the consumers every day, like I am, that money will not be sniffed at. Incentives are great, apps are great. Personally, I'm very lazy and I absolutely can't be bothered to download apps at every charger I get to. So I'm a big fan of roaming, but I'm not a fan of having to click within multiple layers of that roaming app to find out how much more it may or may not cost me pence per kilowatt hour to benefit from that laziness.
I'm fascinated by the cost of living still and inflation. And we're told by central government that inflation is increasing, but it's nowhere near the levels of what I feel are the price rises that are happening quite generally across the household budget. Am I going mad? I go into stores now and just think it can't possibly be that amount of money for that thing.
Yeah, it's gone beyond, you used to roast a chicken to make it cheaper. Well, the other day, my daughter chose the chicken from the shelf that was pre-roasted because we worked out per kilogram it was cheaper to just buy the one that's roasted. The world's gone a bit mad.
And presumably, Sam, you just have somebody go out and take one from the flock.
Yeah, me.
Yes.
Right, let's do some shout outs, shall we? And great to see him back. Number one, Steve Warts from Economy Trucks. He fired in at 7:42 this morning. Good on you. Daryl Sharp. Yeah, it's Friday again. It's come around incredibly quickly. And I'm glad for that because I always love chatting to you guys. Graham McLaren Harris has gone all French on us today. Bonjour, mes amis. Bonjour. Gary Comerford. Morning, my friend. Better late than usual. No, what? Hey, better later than usual than never. Oh, don't confuse. Oh, dear Lord. And great to see Simon and Barbara, Clean Tech fans, in at 9:46. Bless you for being there on the YouTube, where we can see there are quite a few now. You used to be one of the one or two that did, and now you're into, well, more than that. Dev Chakravarti, great to see you. DEV, he's in the house. A few comments from me. Now then, he's here. It's the man himself. It's Peter Heath. He's got nice teeth. And he's here. He's hoping everyone's well and getting used to the rain. I know, it's been chucking it down. I was watching a football match with Grimsby Town and Man United during the week. I've never seen rain like it. Great match. Anyway, Ron Godfrey, morning to you. Evie Bino, Ben McDonald. What are you laughing at, Samuel?
You not being able to get your words out.
I know. I choked up there. Grimsby Town, My Energy, our old sponsors. You know, I just welled up a bit. Could have been us. Anyway, Ben McDonald, he's going to be coming forward to Cenex Expo next week. More about that in a minute because it's part of the great EV rally. Did I mention the EV rally? I did. Okay, there we go. Toby Hiles. Well done, Sarah. Toby Hiles, morning all. Rainy EV peeps. Good for the tomatoes. I ain't got any tomatoes. What are you talking about? Fool. Peter Baines, good morning to you. Oh, Belinda Guy, she's here again. That woman on a mission to create a car brand, and she has met some incredible people this week. Check her out on social media. Wonderful to see. Gemma Robinson from Highlands and Islands. Now then, I mentioned the Rural and Island Fund. Gemma Robinson doing some amazing things up in Highlands and Islands with electric vehicles and the charging infrastructure there. Leo Pickford. Big hearts to you, my friend. Lovely to see you. And Ash, the legend Bannister, who tried to help me this week but was unable to. But heck, I don't half appreciate you. Toby Hiles, scripts and rehearsals. Ambassador, you are spoiling us. Darn straight we are. Oh, yes. Mark Smith, electrifying. Love to know what you're talking about. Who else we got? Rob Morris. Good to see you. Love the Morris JE. Thank you for that. Colin Boyton. He's in the house. Colin Boyton. Oh, just go again. I know.
Hang on. I'm going to kill him. If he's in the chat, he just tried to call me. What am I going to do, Colin? Am I going to? Yeah, hi, Colin. How you doing?
So yesterday I reached out to Colin and said, would you come on and give us a bit of a chat about the EV rally? And he says, oh, geez, I got my car turning up. I've got trailers and trucks and things to do, and I'd love to. And if I can get in the chat, if I can hop on, I will. But if I can't, then I won't. He's hopped on. Lovely. Right. You wait till item number 4, Mr. Boyton. We're talking about you. Rob Dustin, late. Sorry, my loss. I'll tell you something, my friend. We're recorded, so it's all good. You can catch up in a little while. Shall we crack on with the news?
Yes.
Is anybody still there? Yes? Hello? Earth calling?
Oh,
Right. Okay. 2. Ford electric vehicles have received the £3,750 electric car grant from the UK government, the first time the full discount has been applied. The Ford Puma Gen E and the Ford e-Tornado Courier received the discount, bringing the total of vehicles currently eligible to 28. It came as it was also announced that 2 Peugeots, the E308 and the E408, and 2 DS cars, the DS3 and DS4 from Citroën, would receive the lower grant of £1,500. The UK government said the level of grant would be decided by the sustainability in the production processes of the vehicles, with those which are manufactured at the highest standards receiving the biggest discount. Now, that's got to say something really good about Ford. But heard a snippet last night, and I'm not sure if it's official yet, so health warning. The government has amended the electric car grant rules yesterday and imposed a new secondary £42,000 cap. There was a £37,000 cap, which still applies to the base model for every given battery size, but a new limit of 42,000 has been imposed for all other variants of the vehicle. Didn't know that. Jim Blair at Arnold Clark gave us a little bit of an insight. Not sure if that's right, but good news to see an OEM who meets the government's targets, because the checks, Sarah, are really stringent on what is classed as sustainability.
Yeah, it is. And that often when these government grants come out, unfortunately, it's the sort of consumer-facing partner who suffers through the paperwork, hard work of the paperwork, and that can put people off from signing up or even advertising the grant. But the big wheelhouses will handle it fine. It's more the sort of the local dealers or people who might not wish to get involved. But there might be other incentives they can make one-to-one with that customer. But I was thinking about people like Kevin Booker, who I rely on for their car reviews, because I haven't got time to go and review these cars or try all these cars anymore. So I'm excited that he actually did say those two particular Fords were great. And the other thing I love is, whilst we are in this summer holiday period, I'm seeing loads of learner drivers out in those smaller, affordable, inverted commas, we get the point, electric cars. And mostly it's the Renault 5. Something about that car, I don't know what it retails at, but grant or no grant, there's a lot of them.
Go, Sam.
Grant or no grant? Yeah, it's a lovely segue into what I was going to say, Sass, because having been on the radio, BBC earlier in the week, the co-interviewee was Auto Trader, I forget his name now, but he was saying how some of the higher valued vehicles that don't apply for the grant are still being advertised with some degree of subsidy associated to them, such that their whole suite of vehicles appear to have a grant, even if they don't actually have the government grant associated to it. So the other positive about this, I think, is the influence and leverage it's creating in the market to try and create other marketing strategies to reduce these prices. So any OEM can put any discount they like, right, and match or compete with the grant fund that's been apportioned to it. But if it, generally speaking, brings the prices down the EVs to cost parity with the diesel or petrol equivalents, then it's all good news.
Indeed.
It's a stimulus, not a silver bullet, remember, and that is the art of commercialisation. You see what your competitors are doing and you slash that price to get them to come to you, grant or no grant. That is the question.
Nothing like a good stimulus, I always say. Now then, it was Ian Plummer, I think you'll find. Yeah, sorry about that, but I'm 60, I do dad jokes. Ian Plummer from Auto Trader was the person that you were referring to, Sam. Now, Daryl Sharp. Need to have a special mention for Daryl. My youngest, Jude, aged 6, is listening today. Last Friday before he starts back at school next week. That is adorable. Jude, thank you for joining. I think you are the youngest viewer we have ever had. Can I say something to you, my friend? Listen to your dad. He's got his head screwed on. He knows what he's talking about. And at times you will come to think, does he really know everything? Yes, he does. Now then.
Does that make him a Sharpie?
He's a very sharp tool. He's the sharpest tool in the box. Ba-boom.
Does he have an EV Café mug? Does he have an EV Café mug? Would Jude like the EV Café mug?
I think we have to.
And I think we've got some sweeties. I shouldn't be online offering sweeties to 6-year-olds, but we will be sending you a goodie pack, Jude. So, Daryl, if you can reach out to one of us, let us know your address and we'll fire up a package of goodies. Also, great to see the link from Autocar that Jim Blair was referring to when he messaged me about the additional cap. So if you want to find out more there, Jude uses Daryl's. Well, Jude's now got his own, my friend. So let us know. Now then, let's crack on, shall we? Chempower's sales and service partner, Drive Solutions, has delivered charging infrastructure to Stavanger Airport in Norway to trial zero and low emission aviation. The charger will power a new fully electric plane which will fly between Stavanger Airport and Bergen Airport from autumn 2025. The news follows the Norwegian airport operator Avinor and the Civil Aviation Authority of Norway entering a collaboration to establish Norway as the international test arena for zero and low emission aviation. The initiative aims to accelerate the transition to sustainable aviation through demonstration flights and infrastructure development. Now then, it is worth saying that Norway is not the only ones with electric charging for electric planes. On the EV Rally next week, we are visiting Drax as a checkpoint. Yeah, there you are. But Also very interesting on Monday, Sarah,
Yes.
at Thruxton Aerodrome, a certain somebody is getting in an electric plane to show that Aerovolt charging and electric planes are alive and well and living in the UK. Tell us more!
Well, first of all, you were supposed to be doing it, but some mathematics got in the way. I understand.
Can we just explain that a bit? You're being very kind. So Colin rang me yesterday and said, "Here, geezer, you know that flight you're supposed to be doing? Well, we've got a pilot. He's quite a chunk, and the thing is that it only leaves 83 kilos of space, human that we can fit in. I don't think you're 83 kilos, are you, geezer?" No, sir, I'm not. I've got a leg that weighs that much. So, obviously, the stripling, the stick that is Sarah Sloman, will now be going up in the electric plane. Tell us more.
Yeah, can't wait. I get to be James May. They have covered this on many, many TV shows, including the BBC, where they did a special to show how viable those smaller aircraft can be. And here in the Cotswolds, we also have another. That's the charging. Aerovolt is the charging, and the EV Rally sponsor. But over just 10 miles that way, we've got Vertical Aerospace, who are championing a slightly bigger version of the Pipistrel that I will get to go in. So that's something that can viably take you from city to city cleanly, easily, and hopefully quite affordably, but we shall see.
Latest news coming in from the EV Rally. Colin Boyton. Hello, Colin. Yes. Change of venue, guys. Change of venue, guys. Don't know what it is. Change of venue, anyway. Yeah, it's another 400 miles, mate. Anyway, can they take more weight, Colin? That's all I'm interested in. Can they take a big chunk? They can't. No. Okay. Anyway.
I'm excited about this.
Dunkswell Airfield. Now then, breaking news. We are going to Dunksfield Airfield on the EV Rally. Right, okay.
Need to bring the biscuits.
For Dunkswell. Oh, I love it. So, you may have noticed that we're all a bit giddy today because we're going on the EV Rally next week, and Sarah and I are leading the media crew. We are the media crew, and we are going to be going all over the UK with 50 plus vehicles, 100 people, 5 days, 1,000 miles, a day at Senex and Millbrook, Sarah up in an electric plane, lots more besides. Sarah, what are you looking forward to?
You know what? I woke up this morning like a giddy child, as you say, because it's not just that every single year we do something to try and make it that bit more special. And the few highlights for me are, yes, electric plane powered by Aerovolt. Yes, a big electric bus by Harris Max's team are coming. And then we're going to be affecting directly. We asked for this to go to Senex and really get to the heart of where the policy decision makers go and show by doing how something like this can be viable for lots of people thinking about making decisions on their fleet. And as always, I believe we've got drivers who have never driven electric. We've got people coming to understand what's really possible. So got to give it to the Green Fleet guys and Colin, the brains behind the operation. Well played.
Now then, let's go through the itinerary because bizarrely, some people actually love to come and meet the guys who are all on the rally and hear their stories and what they're doing. So let's give every single checkpoint as best we can. And from what we know, this is it. We're starting off at MFG in Newquay. Let's try not to be bored. You see, it's a surfing joke. Newquay.
God.
No? Oh, please. And then we're going to go off to Bridgewater. Then we're going to Dunkswell, Winchester, Instavolt. Then we're going overnight in Southampton at the airport. On Tuesday, day 2, which is no motorway Tuesday, we're going to grid serve at Gatwick Airport. And then we're going to Kings Hill Solar Park in Aylesford, Dartford or St Albans. We haven't decided yet. We'll pitch up somewhere. And then the Dawson Group overnight. We're going to finish there in Milton Keynes on Wednesday. The aforementioned Senex Expo. So Millbrook Proving Ground. Really looking forward to this. Sarah and I, we're going to be on stage, Sarah, with an esteemed panel of guests. Looking forward to that chat.
So am I.
Yes. It's going to be good. We're going to be doing a sort of recap of day 1 and part of day 2 on the screen behind us, and then we're going to pull up 4 awesome guests who can really bring it to life for the audience. So I think it'll just be a really lively session. And to quote Chris Rimmer from Senex, bring that EV Café funner.
And then once we're done, we're going off to Ipswich. We get all the luck. Day 4, start off in Ipswich, then we go off to Fastnet at Colchester, then Silverstone, where it all started for me. Love Silverstone. Love it, hug it, squeeze it. And then the University of Birmingham and Tyseley Energy Park, finishing off in West Bromwich overnight. And then we start in West Bromwich, go to the Peak District, then we're going to Sixt in Eccles, get some cakes. Manchester. Oh, we could make this about food. Dunkswell for biscuits, Eccles for cakes. Oh, I can feel snacks coming on. And then we're going to Skeltmore Wind Farm and finishing off at Tatton Park, Knutsford with Lex Auto Lease, the major sponsors of the Explorer EV Rally 2025. Don't know about you guys, but I'm absolutely frothing at the mouth.
Okay.
Is it scary?
If you're driving for Verizon, you're on the EV Rally as well, right? You're doing a
Yeah,
whole
so
day
Sam, tell
without
us about what you're doing.
Oh, I'm not as old as you guys this year, sadly. I'm still recovering from my motorbike of last year, I think. But yeah, no, I'm with Verizon on the Tuesday and the Wednesday, which is great. To go up to from Southampton to Senex, and then I got some EHGV chat to do, and then and a transport awards at the evening. So
and then you'll be there at the end of the rally as well. You're going to come up and meet us for the end.
I would love to be there at the end of the rally to see everybody tired and exhausted at the end. That'll be great.
And Paul Kirby is also driving for Verizon, I understand. Now he's currently in is it Copenhagen? He's doing something talking about the installation of EV charging out there right now.
So, am I right in thinking that Paul has actually helped you, Sam, in sorting out a couple of days with Verizon?
No, because the real van man is on air right now, and I think I'm all right.
Sort my own van out, thank you very much. Good,
Good.
excellent. Right, really want to say well done to Colin and Holly and Jason and all the guys at Greenfleet who've put together just the best rally coming up. So we are not going to be here next Friday because, you know, we'll be driving and stuff and we'll look and smell appalling. No doubt, that's just Sarah. Now, the thing is, I have a quandary and I need you all to jump on and just let me know what I should do. I haven't worn deodorant now for a month. Using these salt crystals thing,
Okay, good.
instead of, because aerosols and all that stuff. And it is brilliant. Do I go the whole week next week, 1,000 miles in a car with Carl, my poor camera guy who does all the editing? Do I go with a whole week?
Well, he already sits in the
deodorant?
back on, so I think as long as the windows are open, he won't mind.
That's in the boot, I think.
Do I go?
John, it's because you're so tall. When you give everyone hugs, we're all just in your armpit. So I feel like for us,
And this is why I'm throwing it out there. Do I wear antiperspirant and deodorant, or do I not? And do I just bring my rock?
no, don't carry on. Carry on with the crystal. Carry on with the crystal.
It's so good. I can't believe it. Anyway, I'm not on any bonus or anything for selling this thing. I just think it's brilliant that it came out of nowhere and we can just, everybody can make sustainability improvements in their lives, no matter what they do, if only you look hard enough.
Yeah.
Right.
I never thought we could see the day where the EV Café News was talking about John Curtis's armpits, but there we are. We've done it.
It was always going to happen. Always going to happen, my friend. Now then, what are you doing at the weekend, you two? Anything? Apart from getting to Newquay?
Yeah, it's my German friend's birthday party, so we're having a German evening. That's about it.
Good. I love what Evie Beano's just said. Just save the planet. Nothing else matters. You say that when you got your nose in my armpit, mate. And Sam, what about you? What are you up to?
Got my kids this weekend and a bit of fun with them. And my boys are getting ready for school. They start school next week. So inductions and things to do. All very boring.
All very boring, but absolutely fabulous for parents who finally get their young ones back to more education. Great to see that there's a lot of positivity. Bring the rocks. Everybody's saying bring the rocks. You can buy deodorant on the road if you need to. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take the rock. I might even show you. I might even take it out one day and show you. Not applying it, obviously. Anyway, right. If you've got any clean, see what I did there? Any clean transport PR or news stories you'd like us to cover, please send them to us at hello@evcafe.org. So we are not back next Friday. We will be back on the 8th of September, the Friday. So until then, it's goodbye from me and it's goodbye from them. This has been an EV Cafe production. Other sustainability news services are available. But this is just fun!
Fun.
Joe! Producer Joe!
Right, Joe's fired.
The EV Cafe is truly blessed to be supported by Joe,
Unbelievable.
who's our producer.
Unbelievable.
Well done, mate. And also the AA, Webfleet, Europcar, Iveco, Sperry, Schneider Electric, Dynamon, EV Blocks, AW Energy, and CPD Bodies. We are the EV Cafe, supporting the transition to clean transport. And we are lifted up every week by one of these guys. Them. Drax Electric Vehicles. Enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend, wherever it takes you, until a week on Friday. See you later. Bye.
Bye. I could just picture Joe in the